Hello Facebook, it's Anna Brooks here. Hi. Okay, alright. I feel like I need to fiddle with my hair here. I probably don't. Let me have a seat. Alright, so I've got a lot going on at the moment actually. A lot going on. And I felt like I should jump on and do a quick live stream for you guys because I love to share everything that's going on with me. I love to share what I'm going through in terms of, self-development and personal development and growth and all that kind of thing, because in case you haven't realised, I like to talk about that occasionally. And so, just checking that's on, yeah. I thought I'd jump on and have a bit of a chat with you about how to make the right decision. So, this is something that's going on for me at the moment because, like I said, I've got a lot of change, a lot of things going on that I will be telling you about very soon, don't worry. But there's a lot of decisions to be made, a lot of changes to either go ahead or not go ahead. And whilst I'm usually a very quick decision maker, and I mean, I suppose even the stuff that for me feels like it's taken me a long time, it's actually really fast compared to most people. But even though I'm a fast decision maker, there's a few things sometimes that really do trip me up, right? And some things that really I spend way too long tossing up the pros and the cons and the everything, when the truth is that every time I make a decision, every time I make one and it's always right, it's because of my belief system that I always make the right decision, and that I'm always that I go from the gut, that I go from intuition, because when you switch off your intuition, when you just try and go over the pros and cons list and all that kind of thing, you never end up at the right decision, right? So this is my beliefs and what's worked for myself and for a lot of my clients and friends and family and all that kind of thing, is the belief that, you have to go make decisions from your gut, make decisions from your intuition, right? So rather than whether it's, stay or go in a relationship, whether it's stay or go in a career, whether it's jump onto a new opportunity or not that comes up, or whatever it is, rather than thinking of it in terms of, well, okay, here's all the things that could go well, here's all the things that could go badly, which one's bigger, which one's more important. Like, you can have I used to have really intricate pros and cons lists where they'd be in 3 columns each. So they would have pros 1, 2, 3 and cons 1, 2, 3, and basically it'd be allocated like this pro has 1 point, this pro has 2 points, this pro has 3 points, and then I would tally that up, rather than just having pros and cons when like one pro could be really, really, really good and then one con could be really kind of like whatever, rather than actually having it just, one of them cancels the other one out. I would actually give it a point system. Like, it was intricate, right? I'm very much a thinker. I'm very much an overdoer. I overanalyze everything, or have in the past. Overanalyzed everything, and made decisions based on pure logic, pure just, okay. What I would have said was pure logic. The truth is, we don't actually make decisions by logic. We make decisions emotionally, and we justify them with logic. But so even those pros and cons lists, at the end of the day, they were actually just So they were actually just emotional reasons that I was just very good at covering and very good at making it seem like I was doing them emotionally. Just realised this. There we go. It's making me look like one of my eyes is really small because one of them's in the shadow and one of them's not, but I'm just trying to get a dares out of the background for you. Doesn't matter, Anna. Stop. Okay. So basically, that's what I used to do. I used to have that complete methodology of how to work it out and the pros and cons, and it was really, really intricate. And I see so many people still do this, maybe not to that extent, but they very much do try and weigh everything up because they think they can do it logically. But the truth of the matter is, you never do. And when you get to a point where you can trust your intuition and trust your gut that it knows what the right choice is for you, that there is something going on beyond what you can see, what you can touch, what you can, physically see at every single moment, and that you can actually just tune into the energy of something, tune into the vibe of it, tune into, the energy, the magnetic energy of it, and know what is correct for you and what is not. It makes everything so much simpler. So the reason I jumped on the live stream today is because I'm in the midst of this, right? So normally I'm very good at this because of my journaling, and I'm going to share with you a couple of journaling prompts that I use, and I've actually mentioned a few already, which I'm going to share with you as well. Because of my journaling prompts and because of my belief systems and because of what I choose to manifest and choose to believe, for the most part, this kind of stuff is really easy for me. I really quickly now tune into what's right and I make the right decision, and that's it. And so the reason I'm sharing it with you today is because I'm in that sort of limbo stage at the moment where I'm feeling like I want to jump into starting to do these pros and cons lists, even though I know from experience that that's not where it's at. That's not what is going to actually get me anywhere, because it hasn't ever in the past. All the decisions I've made that were right for me is because they were right for me, not because the pros outweighed the cons. So I'm in that sort of battle stage, and I thought I would share that with you because, I'm not perfect. I'm human as fuck, and I go through all the same stuff that you go through, and I guess sometimes it's important to actually explain that and share that you know what, I don't have it all figured out. I don't somehow know magically more than anyone else or anything like that. It's just literally I'm going through the same stuff that you are. And so one of the things that's, I think, making it easier, and even as I'm talking, because I know that talking, I know that speaking, I know that writing is a way that I unleash and a way that I can explore what's really going on, right? So even as I'm speaking now, I'm already starting to feel into my intuition about this decision that I've got to make. And part of it is because I have such a strict, disciplined approach towards my mindset work that I do it every single morning. I do my journaling every single morning. If I need to do something else, if I feel something else come up, I sometimes do EFT tapping. I'm not by any means an expert at it or anything like that, just a little bit that I've learnt, or some meditation or whatever it is. But it's usually just the journaling. And part of my journaling is some affirmation setting, and I write these. If you've heard me speak about it before, I write my affirmations as if they already have come true, as if this is what I'm speaking into my existence right now, right? So a couple of the beliefs, and this is the journaling prompts that I have for you, is one of them being, I always make the right decision. That's a really powerful one that I've been writing for months and years, probably. Because it's a belief that I really, really hold true now, that I always make the right decision, and therefore it just takes off the pressure of thinking, oh my God, am I going to make the wrong decision? Well, no, I'm not, because I always make the right decision. So therefore, it will be right one way or another. The other one that I have that's really helpful, if you want to try this affirmation on and see, I'll explain what I mean by try this affirmation on. I always make the right decision, and I make my decisions by intuition, not by logic. And that's another one that I always write down, right? So when I say try this on, I mean literally, like hand on your heart or wherever. If you were to sort of breathe into yourself and try and center yourself and try and feel what you're feeling on the inside, do whatever feels right to you. For me, it's always just sort of hand on the chest kind of thing, but for other people, it might be on the head or it might be on whatever. Close your eyes if you need to, and basically say that affirmation out loud to yourself. So, I always make the right decision. See, my hand just automatically went there. And feel how that feels in your body. Do you feel resistance to it? Do you feel like, oh, no, it's not true? If you feel a lot of resistance to it, you're going to feel whether your body kind of responds to it and sinks into it, or whether your body kind of fights against it and goes against it, right? If it's going against it, the thing you need to do is kind of trick your body and trick your mind into starting to believe this, right? So you can change the wording around a little bit to things like, I'm on my way to believing that I always make the right decision, or I'm starting to believe that I always make the right decision. These kind of things that you can basically just trick your mind into being like, okay, well, I get it. I'm not there yet. I don't feel it yet, but I'm getting there. And that'll start getting that intention into your mind, right? And that affirmation into your mind. So try it on for size. See how it feels. If you have any sort of decisions right now that are looming over you, that are giving you stress, that are making you feel like, oh my God, am I going to make the right decision? What's going on? What do I do? What do I do? Try that affirmation on for size. Try it in your journaling. Try it in your mindset work. Whatever you need to do. That's a really, really good one. Okay. Along with, yes, I always make decisions based on intuition, not on logic. What's the other ones around decisions? I've just gone blank now. Yeah, I've gone a little bit blank now. But that's honestly, that's the most powerful one, is to believe that you always make the right decision. Because if you have that belief, then everything else is just kind of downhill from there, because that covers everything. Well, if you always make the right decision, then it doesn't really matter what decision you make, does it? You just go with what's right and what's right for you, and you know that that's going to be the right decision. So it's a really, really powerful affirmation, really powerful belief to take on. So I'm going to leave that with you, and I will, of course, keep you posted on how I'm going with my big decision that I've got to make. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear if this has been helpful for you. I'd love to hear how you go with your journaling, if you take on this affirmation, how you respond to it. If whether you want to private message me or whether you want to pop a comment down below, either way, I'd love to hear from you. I really would. So feel free to contact me, please. Cool. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Just trying to think what I've got coming up for you. I always felt like I need to let you know what's going on next. And I did, actually, if you haven't seen my live stream from last week, jump on and watch that one now. So it'll be a few posts down, because that one was talking about the new program that I'm going to have coming up very soon for you. So go and listen to that one. It's going to be absolute epic. It's going to be about sabotage and basically hacking into your personality. So it's a whole program about understanding yourself so much more than you do right now, to understand your motivations, understand what actually turns you off, what makes you basically sabotage and go off of your goals, all that kind of stuff. It's just, yeah, it's unlike anything you would have seen before. So I'm very excited to give that to you and bring that to you. Plus there's going to be an epic early bird bonus, which is it's just crazy. I'm not going to tell you about it now. Jump on the live stream. It's a couple of days ago. I think it was end of the week, Friday or something last week, and watch that. It's crazy. You're going to be blown away. All right. I will talk to you really soon. Have an amazing day, and remember to live life on purpose. Bye.